Salute, folks. It's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor Alonzo Hall, your social media insurance broker, and I've returned today to whap and tap on your head with another ADH wealth solution. Today I want to talk about some strategies that you should use when you're buying life insurance, because there's this incessant debate about which is better, term or whole life, and there's no one better than the other, except for when you're using a particular strategy. So I'm gonna talk briefly about maybe two different strategies, probably just one strategy, but maybe one to two different strategies in this video about when you're buying life insurance. But before I do that, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional, the links are in the description of this video. So let's talk about the strategy of buying term life insurance, because there's actually a strategy that goes along with it. Often, one of the things you want to do before you buy a large premium life insurance policy, no matter if it's term or whole life or index universal or variable universal, before it's a large premium. So what I mean by large premium is $500, $600, $700+ a month, right? If you're spending, $100 to $300 a month, that's not considered high premium when you're looking at life insurance, when you're looking at what it's going to replace financially. So when you're buying this term policy, the strategy generally you want to use as the consumer is a short-term strategy. So you want to get a term life insurance policy that's the most commonly sold is a 20-year term. The younger you are, the longer term you can get. You can generally get a 30-year term. However, the strategy that you want to take is to get the 10-year term. This is going to be the least expensive policy, but you're going to have to be proactive. The idea with the 10-year term is, okay, let me hold on to it for the first 2 to 3 years, and then at that point, I'm going to do something called convert the policy. So you want to ask the insurance agent that you're working with or the financial advisor that you're working with, hey, if I get this term policy, is this term policy convertible? If the policy is convertible, that means that at some point down the line, you can convert some or all of that term insurance into a whole life policy. So if you have $1 million term life policy for 10 years and you're paying $50 a month for it, and the idea is to get used to paying for it and considering it something that's an asset, not a liability, then you can move to a permanent policy with maybe a smaller face amount. So maybe you don't have $1 million term anymore. You take $250,000 of that term and convert it to a whole life. Now, yes, it's going to be a little more expensive, but it's going to now actually build cash value, and you've built the discipline to pay into it every month. Now, is it going to cost you more? Yes. Now, with that other $750,000 a term, you can either keep it and still pay for it, or just cancel the policy in total. But the benefit to that is you don't have to go through any additional health exams at an older age to apply for that additional or that conversion of life insurance. They just take your word for it and switch it over to the whole life, and then just change the amount that you pay. So that's one great strategy that you can use simply with term insurance. Now, another strategy that you can use with term insurance is something that they call mortgage protection life insurance. So what is mortgage protection life insurance? Mortgage protection life insurance is a few different strategies. So one is to just do a level term, which means my house is $250,000. I have this 30-year term that's $250,000, and that's specifically just to pay off the mortgage. Because again, like you've heard me say many times before, wealthy people insure one life at least 7 times. So you get a 30-year term that's the same amount of death benefit as is the amount of your mortgage. The other way you can use it is you can get a term policy for double the mortgage for half the amount of time. So you get a 15-year term for $500,000 instead of a 30-year term for $250,000. And then the third and probably the most favorite one is getting what's called a return of premium term. So that's the type of term policy that at the end of your term, they give you a portion of the premiums that you've paid into the policy over the last 30 years back to you. So if you paid, $10,000 a year for 10 years, that's $100,000 you paid to them. They might give you $90,000 back. Those are arbitrary figures, obviously, but just so you get the idea. So that's another strategy that you can use with just term life insurance, right? The reason I don't really care which one you buy, term, whole life, is because I can sell them all. And most agents who can sell them all don't really get too stuck in that conversation, right? There's no one commission is better than the other, this, that, and the third, because your commission is your commission. And generally, with term, they pay you better up front because there's less possibility of renewals, which means the policy staying active for longer periods of time. So again, those are a couple of strategies that you can use just with term life insurance. Obviously, there's substantially more ways you can use other types of policies in other manners. I'll probably go over some of those strategies in the future. But that's going to be it for today, folks. Make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional, the links are in the description of this video. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. And remember, folks, when people challenge you, they don't challenge you to challenge you, but they challenge you to challenge you. Accept the challenge. Salute.